The Holy Cross Mountains of Świętokrzyskie Province. Something to conjure with. These prehistoric outcroppings date back 500 million years and were once of Himalayan height. Today, the highest point within these hills, and indeed the highest point between southern Poland, the Tatra Mountains, etc., and the Urals, is still the Holy Cross Mountains, and specifically Bald Mountain or Świętokrzyskie. Świętokrzyskie is and was a sacred spot. Today the hill's summit is crowned with a basilica, which has stood for many centuries. But this is something to think about. A pagan wall, the remnants of a pagan wall, exists, crumbled and forgotten, like something out of a Shelley poem, symbolizing the peoples who once lived and worshipped here in pre-Christian times. There is something about this area. The oldest oak is here, the Bartek oak, 800 years old. This majestic tree is a stone's throw or a few kilometers drive, if you will, from Heceny Castle. This strong point commanded traffic in the Kielce area for centuries. The bear went over the mountain to see what he could see, and we're going to do the same thing. Join us in the Holy Cross Mountains. I'm Will Richardson, and this is Poland Daily Travel, the show we do for you. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Poland Daily and another edition, this one beginning in Łysogóry. You can see the gate, through the gate behind me, the Abbey of Łysogóry, and before me, the valley of the Holy Cross Mountains. Łysogóry, of course, one of the highest points in Central Europe once you leave the Carpathian Mountains, the Tatra Mountains, and this area. And as you go toward Russia, toward the Ural Mountains, there's nothing higher. At 600 meters, it's much more awesome than you would think at first glance, just by looking, comparing that height to other mountains. There's something very special about this. These are old mountains, and you have a feeling that they're old mountains. And Holy Cross Mountains, why? I said in earlier programs that I'd tell you why it's called the Holy Cross Mountains. And I'm going to tell you why now, and I'll leave it to you. But as the story goes, there was a small piece of the cross on which Jesus was crucified. And that piece of the cross, brought from the Middle East, found its way to Poland and was in the church here, and that is the reason they're called the Holy Cross Mountains, because this area, which was already a sacred area, you see, was deemed to be the right place to keep that well, miraculous piece of history. Now, I said previously as well, that the pagans were here. And indeed they were, and they built a wall on this very hill you see behind me. And then, of course, Christianity came to this part of the world and took over the mountain in a different name. But there are many stories of supernatural events here, of ghosts, of witches having Sabbaths, and of all kinds of pagan goings on. And worse things than that have happened here. Of course, the wars have passed through here, and at one time, the abbey was virtually destroyed. Of course, now we can see its beauty has been restored, and it really is a special place Very quiet here. Not a lot of tourists. Very quiet. Perfect place for a picnic, as we can see. A lot of groups come here for pilgrimages and the like. And some people just come to go for a walk, like these people here. And they just showed up like us to enjoy the beauty. To enjoy the beauty of this scene. Now look behind me and you will see Polish autumn, as promised, in its complete splendor and glory. It doesn't get better than this. I mean, it would be hard to pick a better shot to show you what autumn looks like in Poland, in a very special place. And that place is Wysogóry, 600 meters tall, the Holy Cross Mountains. Stay with us, Poland Daily. We'll be showing you more from the Świętokrzyskie Mountains, the Holy Cross Mountains, and the south central part of Poland.